Hello, hello, friend. Happy rainy Monday morning. I hope you had a fabulous weekend and you are ready to tackle this week. Today, I want to talk about something that will change the game for you when it comes to getting organized, and it is adopting an organized mindset. If you followed me for a while, you know I say it all the time that if you want to get and stay organized, you have to adopt a new mindset. Now, back in March, I shared a few of the common mindset roadblocks that I've seen, and I shared with you my best tips on how to overcome them. And the feedback that I got from you was amazing, and they resonated so much. So today, I want to share some additional tips because I know that changing your mindset will be the biggest game changer for you in creating new habits. And after working with clients over the years, I have found that most people have at least some stress when it comes to getting organized. And these anxieties are caused by mindset roadblocks. And that might be the case for you too. So let's chat about some new tactics to overcome them. The first mindset roadblock is you think you don't have time. Now, this is a big one that I see so often. Most of us are busy doing all the things. We're working, we're taking care of our families, we are trying to balance a million competing priorities and a seemingly never-ending to-do list. And it's a lot that is on our shoulders. And so it's hard to see where we can fit getting organized into this already packed schedule. And I know that it's nearly impossible to imagine this before you get started, but truly getting organized saves you so much time in the long run. You save time never searching for your keys in the morning if you always put them back in the same spot. You don't need to spend hours at the grocery store if you list out what you're going to buy because you've done your meal planning and you've listed out aisle by aisle where you'll find the food. It won't take you 10 minutes to get dressed in the morning if you love everything in your closet and if you've set out your clothes the night before. So try out a mindset reframe. Recognize that yes, it will take you time to get yourself organized. It took me about a year to fully purge and organize my house and set up routines that worked for me because I was busy. I couldn't dedicate an entire month to get it done in one straight shot. It just was not realistic for my life. But the time that I invested to get organized has saved me tenfold that amount of time in the many years since I went through that process. And I know the same will be true for you because I see it with the hundreds of members in my membership. So it will take you time to decide, for example, where those keys are going to go, or to get in a habit of making that grocery list, or to go through your closet and purge it and have clothes that you love. But that time is so worth it. And you don't have to set aside a huge chunk of time all at once. You can carve out little pockets of time to get it done because you will save yourself so much time in the end, but more importantly, so much stress. So let that end goal be what keeps you on track. Okay, the next mindset roadblock is you think your family will ruin it. And I see way too many of us hold ourselves back from getting organized because we are convinced that our hard work will be ruined or erased by our families. And now it is true that you will have to have a conversation with your spouse and kids or a roommate, whoever you live with, about getting organized. And you cannot expect them to know what you want them to do without telling them, without being super clear on what the expectation is. You can't expect that they'll all of a sudden put things back in a home if you haven't chosen a home for each of those items. So try this. Explain to everyone you live with how important this new way of life is to you and how you're going to live together moving forward. And work together to create systems that let the entire household flourish and set the expectation that everyone who lives in that house will be on board. It is true that they likely won't tidy up and put things back exactly the same way you would want them to or you would do it, especially not right away. But If they can do it pretty well, that's going to be good enough. And if my husband and 11 and 7-year-old can do it, yours can too. And really, when we put these systems in place, my kids were closer to like 4 and 7, and they've been able to maintain them through the years. So it is possible. Okay, the last roadblock that I want to chat about today is that you simply don't want to do it. I get this one. I really do. Life is hard and motivation is fleeting. But we get one life to live, friends. This is not a dress rehearsal. How do you want this one life to feel? We spend a lot of time in our homes. How do you want to feel in your home? If you don't want to waste any time searching for things or getting angry with your family every time you're running late because you couldn't get out of the house on time, then do something about it. Seriously, I am a compassionate coach, but I believe in tough love. If you need a change, then be that change. But if you don't want to spend this one life of yours organizing, that is fine too. You do not have to get organized, but then you need to stop complaining about being disorganized and learn to embrace and enjoy your messy life. You get to choose. You can decide that it is not worth your time to get organized, but then you need to embrace what that chaos is going to look like for you and learn to enjoy it. And that is a perfectly fine choice. If you do want to get organized but haven't gotten into the mental space where you enjoy the process of doing it, think about ways to make it more fun. Try listening to music or a podcast or an audiobook, buy earbuds. I have 2 sets, one for downstairs, one for upstairs, and I will listen to my favorite books, or I'll even make phone calls and multitask to make the process more enjoyable. And find ways to reward yourself when it's done. I can tell you this, the more that you do it, the easier it gets, and the more you'll enjoy the outcome itself. You really do get addicted to that amazing feeling you get when it's done, and that will then become reward enough. Okay, if any of these roadblocks resonate with you, just know that you can overcome them and you can organize your life for good. I believe in you. And it's time that you believe in you so that you can take some action today. So let me know in the comments which roadblock you faced most often. Maybe it's all 3, or a roadblock that you've overcome. But more importantly, tell me one action step, even a baby teeny action step that you can take today to start making change. I hope you have a wonderful week, friend.